Wanted to do a tutorial today to show a cool app for your iPhone or iPad that lets you add 3D animations to your photographs. The app is called Matter. It's available out there on the App Store. I'm not sure how much it is right now. I think I might have paid a buck or two for this when I got it. I've had it for a while, so I'm not sure. You'll just have to go out there and check. But let me go ahead and dive into this and show you. Basically, when you open it up, you're going to pick a photo from your camera roll and open up the app here. So first thing you want to do is you can select down here at the bottom if you want to do a 1x1, 5x4, basically cropping of the photo. I'm going to leave it the same, so I hit a check box, or a check mark I meant, and then it brings up the photograph. Okay, what it does is it'll throw on an animation here, and you can kind of shrink it down and move it with your fingers touching the screen to grab it and move it any way you want. Pinching makes it smaller, pinching it open makes it bigger, and it drops a little shadow there to give a little bit of depth. A lot of different little animations. These are kind of surreal objects you can put in as you scroll through. You can see, and they have several different types. If you go down here to the object button, or actually the style button, and it opens up different things, and you can take your pick. We'll go to objects, and we'll add the style. Let's see, we'll keep it the mirror, we'll add the objects, and I think, okay, if you hit these three dashes over here on the left side, it gives you your pick of different types of options. Right here, Epic Alphabet, I use that sometimes. That's pretty cool. You can hit that, and it downloads. Guess I have to download these. I thought I had them all on my. Okay. Anyway, if you see down here at the bottom, you've got all these letters you can add, and you can kind of drag them any way you want. It's pretty sweet. This is definitely a cool app. And another thing it allows you to do is, let's see here, go to, on the bottom, it has those four little boxes down there. One says object, one says style. Go to the one that says shadow. You could turn the shadow off if you don't want it. And then there's also the button on the bottom to the far right says mask. It lets you mask your image, so you can put that letter behind something in the photo. So say I want this picture to or this letter to look like it's behind the train. If you hit the mask button, and then up that little menu bar above there with the eye, hit that, and what you do is you start swiping your finger back and forth. And let me do the feathered. It's a little bit easier, not quite so harsh. Everything that's red is going to be masked. Now, the red's not actually going to show up in the photo after you are complete. This is just showing what you're masking. So if you see here, I'm kind of wiping away. Basically, I'm just masking everything that I want this letter to be behind. And it'll let you zoom in pretty tight so you can get up. And I'm going to do this real quick, so it's not going to be perfect. But you can see what I'm doing here. You get the gist, right? And actually, you want to make it look more real. And like I said, again, I'm doing this real quick for the tutorial's sake. The more you spend time, or the more time you spend, the better it's going to look, obviously. But you see what I'm doing here? And then when you take the eye off, so I'm basically dropping that letter behind the train there. I know it looks horrible now, but I've done these to where they look perfect. I'd spend all day here if I was trying to get this thing perfect. But I just wanted to show you the masking tool because that's really cool. You can give your pictures a lot of depth. And there's also, you can actually animate this. if you go up to the top right hand corner, there's a triangle, and you click that, you click on the video, and now see how it starts to spin. So it's back there now. It doesn't look perfect because I have that mask still at the bottom of the D, but you could do this with any of your objects. And you have your rotation and speed. This is the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z. So you can change this. If you turn off the y, it's not spinning at all. If you tap the x, now it's just going to spin on its x-axis. If you do a combo, it'll spin on the x and y-axis. And then you can do a combo of all three, and it rotates on all three axes. The speed also allows you to change it from 1. This is the slowest, and that's the fastest. And then you can just manipulate this any way you want. And there's a couple other buttons here. The pulse, it pulses the object. Hover, it kind of goes up and down. Audio, it actually has some prefab music in here. I think you can add your own if you hit add music. You can dive into that. I'm not going to get into that. React, if you have music, this image will react to the music, or at least the 3D image will react to the music. Like if there's a drum beat, it'll kind of just bump with that. So it's a real cool app. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I know, I was going to show you on the masking tool. There's this middle menu bar here at the bottom. When you want to take away, you hit the eraser like that. When you want to mask, and remember, keep that eye on so you can kind of see what you're masking. So say you've taken too much away, if you hit the icon to the right where it looks like a pen, you can add it back. So you see what I'm doing? So there's a lot of room that in case you create or make an error, there's room. It's flexible where you can fix your mistakes here. And like I said, this is, my masking job I've done here is horrible. If you take some time, sometimes it might take about 10-15 minutes to do it perfect, to get it to look really sweet, and it's definitely worth it. But this app is definitely worth checking out. Like I said, it's available for the iPhone. I'm not sure if it's available for Android or Galaxy. You just have to go out there and look. But the name of the app is Matter. Again, this is what it looks like now. So if you have any questions about it, or you want to see any other videos on other apps, I do a lot of photography with my iPhone, a lot of editing and video, and so I've got a lot of cool apps that I'll be doing tutorials on to show how I can add video effects and video animations to photos and videos using nothing but apps on my iPhone. I use an iPhone 7, but I've been doing this since I've had I think the 3 was the first one I ever had. So I've learned a lot about different ways to edit your video, cool ways to edit your video and spice them up, and photos as well. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be doing more tutorials on different apps. Thanks a lot. Peace.